My neighbor came back from Peru with a bag of strange rhizomes. He said, "Plant these, forget about them. Come back in 6 months." I planted them in a corner I wasn't using. No fertilizer, no watering beyond rain. 6 months later, 10 kilograms of tubers. That tastes like apple dipped in honey. 60 calories per serving. 0 sugar your body can absorb. I had been paying $25 a month for prebiotic capsules. But there is one mistake that convinces most people this plant is completely useless. This is not medical advice. Always consult a professional before changing your diet. 1 plant, 2 roots, a sweetness your body cannot burn, and a reason you have never heard of it that has nothing to do with conspiracy or by force. It was erased by logistics. Too fragile to ship, too generous to sell twice, and too easy to grow for anyone to profit from your dependency. The archive opens in the Andean highlands, thousands of years ago. Terraces carved into mountainsides at 1,000 to 3,000 meters above sea level. Cool nights, warm days, thin air. Pre-Columbian farmers cultivating a plant called small anthus sonchifolius alongside potato, quinoa, and oca. It belongs to the Asteraceae family, cousin of the sunflower, cousin of the artichoke. But this one grows underground. Peruvian children ate it raw, like fruit. Sweet, crunchy, refreshing. No sugar added, no honey, just the root. One farmer described it simply, "My children eat it like candy." But what makes the sweetness is not what you think. The yacon does something unusual. It produces 2 types of roots, and most plants do not. The first type is the rhizome, compact, knotty, looks like ginger. These are for reproduction. They contain the buds for next year's plants. They are not for eating. The second type is the raíz de reserva, the storage root, large, shaped like a sweet potato, hanging below the plant base. These are the food, sweet, crisp, the apple and honey flavor. Nature designed 2 systems in one plant, one to eat, one to survive, forever. One plant produces 5 to 10 kilograms of edible tubers per season, and 10 to 20 rhizomes for next year. That means 1 plant this year becomes 20 plants next year. A strange rhizome becomes an unlimited prebiotic factory. The plant grows to nearly 2 meters tall. Beautiful leaves. Works as an ornamental privacy screen. And it feeds your family. My neighbor planted 5. By year 3, he was giving rhizomes to everyone on the street. If a plant that feeds your gut for free sounds like something worth investigating, subscribe. The archive has more to uncover. But there is a mistake. That makes most people give up on yacon before they ever taste the real thing. Here is the mistake. A gardener pulls the plant from the soil. He washes everything. He sees the rhizome. It looks like ginger. Substantial. Edible. He takes a bite. Horrible. Fibrous. Tough. Unpleasant. I almost thought they had given me a useless plant. But the edible part was the other root. The thick one. Hanging underneath. Hidden below the rhizome. A Peruvian farmer corrected him. The roots you eat are the ones that hang downward. Those are the good ones. Nature protects its treasure by offering a decoy. Most people who try yacon for the first time never try it a second time. Not because the plant failed, because they ate the wrong half. But the mistake at the individual level is only part of the story. There are 3 reasons you have never heard of this plant. First, the tubers bruise easily during transport. They are not like potatoes. They are fragile. The supply chain cannot handle them. Second, the plant propagates itself. 1 plant becomes 20. 20 become 200. A plant you only buy once is a customer the industry loses forever. Third, there is no universal name. In Peru, yacon. In parts of Ecuador, yacama. in Venezuela. Some confuse it with jicama. Others call it aracacha. Others say malanga. Others say okumo. Different names, same plant, total confusion. The market does not erase things by banning them. It erases them by ignoring what cannot be shipped, shelved, or sold twice. Meanwhile, the prebiotic supplement industry moves $300 a year per customer in capsules. They made gut health seem like a chemistry problem that requires a laboratory solution. It's not. It's a root, growing in the Andes for free. But the science caught up, and what researchers found inside this root explains everything. The archive turns to the laboratories. Yacon's sweetness comes from a compound called fructooligosaccharides, FOS. FOS is a chain of fructose molecules. But the human body cannot break these chains the way it breaks normal sugar. They pass through the stomach, untouched. They arrive in the large intestine, intact. And there, they become food. Not for you, for your gut bacteria, the beneficial ones. Nature designed a sweetener that bypasses your metabolism and feeds your microbiome instead. The numbers. Approximately 60 calories per 200 grams. Sweet potato delivers far more for the same weight. The sweetness is real. The calories are not. Researchers in Peru, at the Universidad Nacional Agraria La Molina, and in Japan have studied yacon's effects on gut microbiota and glucose metabolism. There is growing interest in its potential for managing type 2 diabetes. This is not a cure, not a miracle, but interesting nutritional profile that researchers in 2 countries are studying seriously. Yacon belongs to the Asteraceae family, cousin of sunflower, cousin of artichoke, and its agricultural sibling is quinoa, the same Andean package. Modern science did not discover this. They confirmed what Andean farmers knew for millennia. If the science behind a zero-calorie sweetener growing in your backyard changes how you think about food, share this with someone still buying prebiotic capsules. The protocol. First, identify. If it looks like ginger, compact, knotty, with visible buds, that is the rhizome. Plant it. If it looks like a sweet potato, large, hanging below the plant base, that is the tuber. Eat it. Plant the rhizome in spring, after the last frost. 20 centimeters deep, 1 to 1.5 meters between plants. Normal garden soil. If the soil is poor, a little mature compost. But do not over-fertilize. Excess nitrogen means more leaves, fewer tubers. Care. Rain is usually enough. 1 watering per week in extreme heat. Pests, almost none. One grower cultivated yacon for 4 years and never treated it with anything. No chemicals, no organic treatments, nothing. The plant reaches nearly 2 meters tall. Beautiful ornamental screen that feeds your family. Harvest. When the leaves turn yellow and die, usually after the first light frost or at the end of the growing season. Cut the stems at ground level. Then use a fork, not a shovel. The tubers break easily. Separate the rhizomes from the tubers. Rhizomes, save for replanting. Tubers, save for eating. Cure the tubers. Leave them 2 days in a ventilated area. The sweetness increases as FOS partially converts. Store with soil attached. Cool, dark place. Do not wash before storing. They rot. One grower lost half a harvest. Learning this lesson. Store rhizomes in barely moist substrate. Peat or sawdust. Cool, no freezing. They will last until spring. Always save more rhizomes than you think you need. Some will not survive storage. Eat raw, peeled, cut into sticks, with a squeeze of lemon to prevent browning. Like apple sticks, but sweeter. Or sautéed with vegetables. Roasted with oil and rosemary. In salads with beet, walnuts, and goat cheese. Or juiced, blended with apple and carrot. Safety. Start with 50 grams. FOS can cause gas and bloating if you eat too much, too fast. One grower ate too much the first time. He learned the lesson that same night. This is not a cure for diabetes. It is an interesting nutritional profile. Consult a healthcare professional. Kidney patients. Consult your doctor before consuming. 3 mistakes to avoid. 1. Eating the rhizome instead of the tuber. 2. Washing tubers before storage. 3. Excess nitrogen fertilizer. 1 plant, 10 kilograms, 20 rhizomes. Next year, you have a garden. The year after, you are giving them away. And that is how ancient agriculture worked. Not through stores, not through brands, not through shipping containers, but through neighbors. Handing neighbors a bag of strange roots and saying, "Plant these, forget about them. Come back in 6 months." The yacon does not need marketing. It needs memory. It needs someone who remembers to save the rhizomes, and someone willing to pass them on. Have you ever tasted yacon? Do you know it by another name? Tell us in the comments, because that knowledge is the archive. It was never complicated. They just never told you about it. The archive closes, but the sweet underground does not. It does not require a store. It does not require a brand. It does not require a prescription. It requires a rhizome. 6 months of patience and the memory that the Andes never forgot. Subscribe to the Green Archive. We excavate the knowledge they made you forget. Every file we open was closed for a reason. The next archive opens soon.